This is really interesting. LA Kings have got a really good roster and seem really close, but haven't gotten there. The storyline is the LA Kings are about to offer the top free agent, Mitch Marner of the Toronto Maple Leafs, a 2-year, $28 million guaranteed contract, $14 million per season, which would take him to number 1 on the pay chart. Why would they do that? A, creatively, they got cap space. B, Marner only wants a 2-year deal. Marner wants to go somewhere, pile up more statistics, become a free agent again when the salary cap takes a massive bump up in the National Hockey League. So Mitch Marner and his 221 goals is evidently going to get an offer from the Kings. Now, I will also tell you the Las Vegas Golden Knights, who have big cap space, and that's all the glitter of Vegas, they're going to be in the running to make a run at Mitch Marner. And the Carolina Hurricane, who've got a really good team, they're going to make a sales pitch to get the Maple Leaf 40-goal score. So that's item 1. Item 2, Winnipeg Jets. This is such a cool story. How can you not root for this guy? His name is Jonathan Toews. We've talked a little bit about him in the past. Longtime Chicago Blackhawks superstar. Left the league 2 years ago. Health issues. Some type of body muscular disorder, where if he worked out, he had severe pain and sickness. He underwent all types of tests. They did an exploratory procedure. They couldn't solve it. He went to India and got treated, and they solved it. Jonathan Toews has signed a free agent contract to go to the Winnipeg Jets, 372 career goals. And how can you not root for the guy who was a captain of the Blackhawks, was a really good player. And get this, he's going home. He's a Winnipeg native, and he's going to the Jets, who want another goal scorer. But how can you not root for a guy that's fought through all this unknown adversity, the perseverance it takes to fight the unknown of what's wrong with my body? And he went to the Mayo Clinic. He went everywhere. And then he finally went abroad, and they figured out what this condition was, and they've solved it at this point in time. So he goes to Winnipeg. Edmonton, big disappointment year after year after year. Stan Bowman, general manager, on Friday, end of season press conference. There will be changes. So they're going to go get another goaltender. I project that they should make a run at John Gibson of the Anaheim Ducks, but there's other goaltenders that are out there. Thatcher Demko is available from Vancouver, possibly in a trade. Jake Allen, ex-St. Louis Blues goalkeeper, he's available too out of Philadelphia. They're going to wind up maybe with one of those guys. Speaking of Vancouver, huge trade rumor that the Canucks are going to trade their high number 1 pick to Minnesota to try to go get goal scorer Marco Rossi. Scored 24 goals this past season. Minnesota's got salary cap problems. Vancouver they've got salary cap issues, but they're losing people. Does not look like their 40-goal scorer Brock Besser is going to be back. They already let Rick Tocchet, the head coach, go, so there's a lot of changes there. And a shocker, today, the Anaheim Ducks, just before we came on the air, traded their bright young center, Trevor Zegras, who they had great hopes for. He went to the Philadelphia Flyers in a package deal for a player and a second and a 4th-round pick. I'm a little stunned that the Ducks got rid of Zegras, but he had tailed off the last 2 years, had a bunch of injuries. He scored 23 goals first couple of years in the league, and then kept getting hurt. And the Ducks just kind of gave up on him. So they're obviously changing the whole culture of the roster. Zegras is going to Philly, where he's going to play. He's going to skate. He's going to play for Rick Tocchet, the new coach who just came from Vancouver. So, man, there's a lot of things going as we go towards the NHL draft on Friday. But, John?
Now, there's been a number of stories about destinations for Mitch Marner, right? Yeah. We've talked about 3 or 4 teams, but every one of those stories, it's always $14 million a year. Doesn't it seem like that's the going price?
That's the going price for him, based on being a 40-goal scorer and scoring 221 career goals, etc. Toronto just did not want to pay him that kind of money, and there's been a real break of the relationship. He's a Toronto native, hometown Leaf. The whole relationship is just kind of eradicated because the Leafs have just continued to be a terrible failure in postseason play. So, yeah, you're correct. Over the last 3 weeks, Marner's been at the headline everywhere. This Kings thing, wow, if he came to L.A. But Vegas is out there with money, and Vegas has a need too, so keep an eye on that.
Who's the highest paid player in the NHL?
Leon Draisaitl of Edmonton, who's just a shade over 14. Marner wants to go above that.
Okay.
And Connor McDavid is just below Draisaitl. I think McDavid's deal, which is up for renewal in a year or two, I think Connor McDavid's making 12.
Interesting.
Last topic here as it relates to hockey. NHL Draft was on Friday. New York Islanders have the number 1 pick in the draft. We're going to take kid played for Erie in the Ontario Hockey League, Matt Schaefer, big 6'2" ranging defenseman, moves the puck. He's just turned 18. He's really good. San Jose's got the 2nd pick. They're going to take Mike Misa, massively big center iceman. He played at Saginaw in the Ontario Hockey League, scored 63 goals this past season. We're going to wake up one morning and San Jose is going to be really good because they've been stockpiling a lot of picks. Last year, their number 1 pick was Matt Calabrini out of Boston College. The year before that was a young forward by the name of Will Smith. So San Jose is building and building. Chicago's got the 3rd pick, and of course they've stockpiled a lot of young players. They're taking this big center iceman from Sweden. His name is Anton Frondell. They call him, it's like a machine. He's just huge, 6'2.5", and can shoot the puck and score. There's a really good center out of Boston College by the name of James Hagan. There's a really powerful right winger from Brantford, Ontario by the name of Jake O'Brien. There's a big goal scorer from Brampton, Ontario by the name of Porter Martone. And there's a big center from Brandon in Western Canada by the name of Roger McQueen. The most unique thing about this NHL draft is they're all huge. These kids are 6'1", 6'2", in McQueen's case, 6'5". All forwards, all can score. I'll tell you, the NHL draft on Friday, I just think is going to be fascinating. So, Hockey Hotline is open. Winnipeg, the old Canada Network, is invited to jump on board. You want to talk about Marner? You want to talk about Jonathan Toews? What Stan Bowman just said? Hey, you invited me to co-host this thing. I told you we were going to talk hockey.
You come rolling in. I got a question, though. What is, just on the calendar, when is the NHL draft and when is the NBA draft?
NBA draft is Wednesday night, rounds 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 2 rounds. Okay, that's Wednesday. Friday, NHL draft, round 1. Rounds 2 through 7 are on Saturday. By the way, the NHL draft is in Los Angeles for the first time. The Kings are hosting the NHL draft. Kind of cool.
So and the NHL draft has turned into a spectacle like the NFL draft.
They bring the players and their families. Oh yeah, it's a Hollywood event, and it's going to be in Hollywood.
Perfect.
So, I've warned you. We're going to do this podcast, so we're going to talk about everything, all the topics on the table, and including hockey.